Hello and welcome to an overview of Capsule CRM and the benefits of it to small and medium-sized businesses. I'm Julia Blake and I own and run Blake Consultants Limited. Now today we're going to see who Blake Consultants are. We're going to have a look at why small and medium-sized businesses need a CRM. We're going to look and see what exactly is Capsule CRM. We're going to see how Capsule reduces costs, how it increases revenue. We're going to then actually look at the product, and then we'll have a summary. So first of all, who are Blake Consultants? I started Blake Consultants in 2010, and I help small and medium-sized businesses grow. And I work out with the business owner or manager, but typically the business owner, what that business needs to do differently to grow, and I help implement the changes. Now, in any area of life, if we want to improve things, it's often not about just doing more of the same. It's about doing things differently, and that's what I help business owners do. I have clients in B2B, B2C, in a number of different areas and industries. My favorite tools and techniques include vision boards, goals, avatars, Capsule CRM, MailChimp, Xero, social media. And today we're going to be solely focusing on Capsule CRM. So why do businesses need a CRM? Now, first of all, it's important to say that lots of people actually call CRM a customer relationship management system. I actually view it as a contact relationship management system or software. And the reason for that is that it doesn't just have to be about your customers. For me, it's about suppliers, it's about leads, prospects, people you meet at networking, even friends and family. It's about keeping all of your data, all of your contacts in an accessible place where you know that you can find the information about that person that you need to find. So contact relationship management software is one of the most valuable systems that any small or medium-sized business can implement. When it's designed with an understanding of where the business is and where it wants to go, then it will help increase net profit. And it will do this by reducing costs and increasing revenue. A number of recent studies have suggest that a company with a fully utilized CRM will increase sales by a massive 29%. So what is Capsule CRM, and why do I like it? There are lots of different CRMs on the market, but I do particularly favour Capsule. I've been using it for over 5 years now, and I've implemented it in many clients' businesses, and I use it myself. Now, Capsule is a cloud-based CRM, and it enables businesses to reduce costs and increase revenue by having improved relationships and consistent processes. It is UK-based. The main office is in Manchester, and it was launched in 2009 by a company called Zestia Limited, and it's still owned by them. And it's a perfect CRM for small and medium businesses, and for teams of people within larger enterprise businesses as well. So the typical number of users on a client site fall into two main groups: users of between 1 and 20 or of over 100. The number of users worldwide runs into hundreds of thousands. So how does Capsule reduce costs? First of all, it keeps you and your team on top of your daily tasks and actions. You can assign tasks to other members of your team. You'll receive a reminder each morning via email of the tasks that are due to be completed on that day. It enables your business to send targeted communication to a group of contacts. Now, by doing that, it saves time because you're not bombarding recipients, readers with so much information. You're not wasting time trying to write a piece of marketing collateral that is appropriate for everybody. It's really important to write your marketing collateral in a targeted way using your avatar, because by doing that, you've got a much increased chance of it actually being read and acted upon by the person who's reading it. So you want to send targeted communication to a segmented group of contacts, and Capsule allows you to do that. It integrates perfectly and very fluidly with MailChimp. Capsule reduces costs by keeping all the information and history about one person, one record in one place for you and your team. It therefore saves time looking for emails, files, notes, tasks, tracks. It keeps a record of open and closed opportunities and client deliverables. Now, if you integrate with Xero, it also keeps a record in the same place of the sum total of the invoices that have been sent, and it integrates really well with Xero, so you can actually click through and go to the client record within Xero. Capsule CRM reduces costs by converting leads into sales with a consistent and agreed approach. This reduces the investment of time in each lead. And it reduces the amount of time needed to create and deliver client work by also having consistent agreed processes and prompts in place. So all of your team are converting a lead in the same way. The sales team, they know what's going on, different parts of the process, and your delivery team know how to deliver a piece of client work. They're not trying to reinvent the wheel every single time, and therefore they are saving time and energy and money. Capsule increases revenue by keeping you and your team on top of your daily tasks and actions. 80% of networkers do not follow up after they've been to a networking event. Networking is an incredibly powerful way, clearly, of building relationships, potentially and getting potential sales. So what's the point of going to a networking event if you're not going to follow up? And having something like Capsule in place helps you do that, because you can go to a networking event, you can come back, make a note, add a record to your Capsule, and then you can put a task in for the following week. If you know you're going to be particularly quiet one day, you can put a task in for that day. So it means that you're on top of your contacts, on top of the relationships with your potential clients and with anybody that you meet in a networking event. You never know where these people are going to lead. It encourages your existing clients along your product staircase by keeping proper notes and keeping a track of where they are within the sales process and the product staircase. Then you can encourage them through targeted communication and through direct contact along your product staircase. It enables your business to send targeted communications to a segment of your contacts, increasing the probability of it being read and acted on. Very similar to decreasing the costs. In the cost, we have it decreases the cost because you're not sending out loads and loads of information to people that aren't ever going to read it. It increases revenue by improving the chances of the communication being read and acted on, because it's very targeted and it's going to a segment of your data, people that are actually going to want to read it. It enables an increased probability of converting leads to sales because it has an agreed approach, therefore increasing revenue. We have an opportunities section in Capsule, and it's possible to keep an eye on all of the opportunities that are going on within your business or by salesperson, and it gives you an idea of the financial implications of the pipeline. So it's a true pipeline and what's going on with each of those opportunities. Sets tasks and tracks around those opportunities, increasing the probability of a lead being converted into a sale. Now, it improves the quality of client work because there's a consistent and agreed process, and there's prompts in place to make sure that the client work is delivered in the same manner. This encourages ongoing relationships with your clients, and it can lead to referrals. So I'm now going to show you Capsule itself and give you an overview and have a look at some of the main screens within Capsule. So when you log on to your own Capsule with your own URL, Then you come to a nice simple screen and you just click in the normal way on login. Now, this is a demonstration database, demonstration capsule, demonstration CRM that I've been using for a while, and therefore it's looking quite busy. I'm going to flip over to a brand new capsule so that you can see how it looks without any information in, so we can have a look at the basic functionality. So the first thing you'll probably notice is that the screen is actually a different color, and you can bespoke that. You can put your own logo and branding on it, and you can have bespoke color, etc. on this dashboard. So this is where we land when we come into Capsule. At the top we have the dashboard where we are. Head and shoulders, so that's the people and organisations. It's the data bank. It's where we keep a record of what's going on with the individuals, and we keep a record of what's going on with the organisations. There's calendar and tasks, so you have an overview, and it integrates with many different calendars so that you can see the tasks within a calendar that's not within Capsule. Then we have the graph, which is the sales pipeline area, and this is where we can keep on top of our opportunities and give them the best chance of converting into an actual sale. Cases is the last area on the screen that we're going to look at, and this is where we can manage our client deliverables. So when a lead has converted to a sale, it then moves to a case, and we can set up tracks around each case so that we consistently deliver the same quality of client work. Moving across the screen, we have the plus sign, and this is where we have the chance to add a person or an organisation, an opportunity or a case. We can search on contacts, opportunities, cases, notes and emails, or all. And then we have the settings area on the right-hand side. So on the left third of the screen, this is where we'll see all the tasks that are either overdue or that are due to be completed within the next 7 days. On the right-hand side of the screen, we see the latest updates, and this is a chronological order of emails that have been uploaded, tasks that have been completed, notes that have been added, tracks that have parts of tracks that have been completed on opportunities and cases, and for all records on the system. So I'm now going to flip back into into my demonstration CRM so that you can see some of the functionality with data actually in it. So you can see the screen looks quite different. It's much busier, obviously. We've got the tasks here. So we're going to look at a basic person record, a basic organisation record, and really start to have a look and see what information we can capture. So this is an organisation record, and you can see that because it's got a picture of a factory. Below the name, we have the opportunity to add different tags, and this is how we can really segment the data that we have within the system. Typical tags would be client active, client previous, networking, prospect, or client potential. It really does reflect your business and how you are currently and want to in the future segment your records. And you can tag either on a person or on an organization. Now we also have the ability to add data tags, and this is where we can add even more information to the record. So if we click on client potential and then we add a tag, then it'll bring up another screen, and we can start thinking, well, what's their potential client for? So let's say that they're a bronze product potential client, and we can add whatever information here we want. And this is how we design and create a system that works for our own businesses. We can add free text fields, list fields, date fields, check boxes. And this screen will only appear if somebody is tagged client potential. So I'm going to save that. And the important thing to note is that when you add that information, even if you remove that tag, that information will remain on the record. So really, really useful. You can have any number of tags per record. So that really gives you the ability through lists to dice and slice the data bank that you have, really bring it to life. So you can see that we come down the screen on the left-hand side, we have contact details, and then we have people at the organisation. So we click on that person, and we can see by clicking through that we can have notes, its tasks, etc. for that person. If there's a number of people in an organisation, then they're consolidated and they're kept on the organisation screen. And this person, we can see there's many different tags. We can have the information that's static, so about, and this is an active client. You can see at the top here, we start to get a real overview of what's going on with this individual at this organisation. So we're in the history area, and this is where we can see tasks such as tick off receipts. You can have recurring tasks, and when it's integrated with MailChimp, then we see notes come through about MailChimp campaigns. At the top again, we can see when the contact was last made with this record, and we can see that there are 4 opportunities, and the pipeline value for this record is a massive 54,000. And we can really start to see then an overview of what's going on with this person. If this person was also in 0, which is not at the moment, then we would see a figure here of all of the invoices that had been created and sent to this record. So you can really see that we have an overall picture of what's going on. We have the pipeline value, we have the actual invoice value, and we can click through to 0 and send invoices from Capsule. We have notes, and we have details through cases of the actual deliverables that are happening for this client. So I'm going to click through to opportunities to show you an overview of the opportunities screen when looking at the within the history field on the main data dashboard screen. So for this person, we have 4 opportunities going on, all of different amounts, and you can see that there are different stages. 2 are a proposal stage, 1 is interested, and 1's on an initial inquiry. And these probability percentages we can change and bespoke per organisation, and we can add an opportunity here. Cases look similar from this screen. This is an overview of all the cases that are going on, and we can actually click through and see what's going on with the particular case and what is happening, what the next tasks are around that case. So I'm going to click back on people and organisations and quickly show you the list functionality, which is so very important within a CRM. So we're going to click on list, create new list, and we see here by clicking on this left hand field that we have the opportunity to create a list based on all of these different components. So down here we have all of the tags that have been created through data tags, and we have then at the top of the screen we have the system originated areas that we can create lists on. So for example, we could look on everybody on the system has email address. We could change that to a no, click on show results, and we see that 29 people on this system do not have an email address. That's clearly an opportunity to enhance and enrich our data. So if we click on tagged with and look at all the active clients on the system, there are a handful because I wanted to keep it simple to show you, and you can see that there are 6 active clients on Capsule. Now, what can we do with those 6? Well, we can export to a CSV and use it in some way as we choose, or we can email this entire list directly from Capsule, or we can update a MailChimp list if we want to send a campaign. We can also tag everyone in that list. We can add a note to everyone on that list, or we could delete, which I don't recommend, but you could. So you have the opportunity to add many conditions and really dice and slice your data. So I'm just going to click back on a record and see that we can actually email out from Capsule, and a copy of that email will be kept on the system. If you want to email directly from your email provider, then you can just BCC a personalized Dropbox address, and that email will be captured and will remain on the Capsule record, because Capsule will associate the 2 email addresses together. Now, if the record is not on Capsule, then Capsule will create a record for you and then set up a task for you to actually populate and fill out as much information about that record as you can. So we're just going to look at the overview of the sales pipeline. And you can see that we're offered a number of different graphs, so we can really see what's going on with our business. So we have the pipeline value, which is based on probability. Then we have the total value. And you can see over the coming few months what's happening with the cash flow of the company. You can actually export that as an image, or you can download it, or you can download the revenue into Excel. You can also see how many opportunities have been won, converted or lost over 30, 90 or 365 days. You can look at the pipeline by tag. You can tag your opportunities so you can drill down in that way. And you can look at upcoming tasks as well for those opportunities. And you can look at the pipeline by milestone. So a number of different ways that you can actually look and see what's going on with your pipeline. We can add an opportunity really simply from this screen as well. And the opportunity we're going to put relates to Blake Consultants. Opportunity name, we're going to set up on Capsule and 0. And we're going to tag that person as an active product A. And we can see that we can have different currencies here. We're going to keep to sterling, and we're going to put in a £10,000 project. And that's going to be for the quarter. Now, the milestone we can bespoke, and we're going to put on verbally accepted. And you can see that we've set this demonstration up to say that if a proposal is verbally accepted, we have an 80% chance probability of winning it. So we can put a close date on there, 30th of September. And now we can add a track. By adding a track, we are having a consistent approach to our opportunities to make sure that everybody within the team is following the same process. Now that track will actually prompt us to carry out an activity after another activity has been carried out, and you can see the overview of that there. And we can bespoke this. You can add any number of tracks to an opportunity, and that's completely bespokeable. So you can see by popping back on the sales pipeline, the amount has gone up, and then we have some extra figures in there which we can drill down on as well. And that's the opportunity that I've just put in there. So if I go back to Blake Consultants, you can see there are 5 opportunities now. The most recent one, which is setting up on Capsule and 0. And we can drill down to that and click through and see what's happening with that opportunity. We're going to click on cases now and have a look at cases. Again, we can add a case from this screen, and we can add a case that relates to a person or an organization. So I'm going to put it on Blake Consultants, and the name is, the case is going to be product bronze. We can add a description if we want, and we can add a tag if we want, and we can have a track. And this is a product bronze, so I'm clicking on product bronze, we press save, and then we have the track which will prompt us to follow a certain process to deliver that client work. And then we can click on cases, and we have an overview of all of the open cases, and we can create a list of the cases that are assigned to different people, that have been added on a certain date, closed on a certain date, tagged with a certain tag. So we can use it in many different ways. So that's a very quick overview of what Capsule can actually offer. I like it because it's so clean and almost simple to look at and to navigate around. And yet the functionality it provides is incredibly powerful, and it helps keep all of your team members and yourself on track, and it reflects the processes that have been agreed and the team has bought into and they're happy with. So it's encouraging people to add the information, add the details, add notes and emails, and it gives people an overview of what's going on. So if there's something going on in the sales team, then the customer service people can see if there's an issue or an opportunity or something going on. They have the picture all in one place, which is so incredibly powerful. And I've also been able to show you very quickly how it integrates with two of the main pieces of software that I also I'm very keen on, which is MailChimp and Xero. But if we just quickly look at settings, then we can see that there are a number of different integrations that Capsule works very well with, and it has a really powerful API. So actually, it can um, new add-ons and integrations can be utilized really easily as well. And click back on dashboard, and I'm going to log out. So I hope you enjoyed the demonstration of Capsule. There's so much functionality that I want to show you, but I would just be here for hours if I did. And I wanted just to give you a snapshot of some of the functionality that it can offer. And I hope you've been able to see from that snapshot how incredibly powerful and useful Capsule is. So in summary, an efficient, well-designed and implemented contact relationship management system can help small and medium-sized businesses increase net profit by increasing revenue and decreasing costs. Thank you for your time. I hope you've enjoyed my overview of Capsule CRM and have been able to see some of the benefits that it gives to small and medium-sized businesses. If you'd like to discuss any of this presentation, or if you think that I can help you with your business to grow your business, perhaps by implementing Capsule, then please do contact me, and you can find all of my contact details at www.blakeconsultants.co.uk. Thank you.